Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho, aka Sniper 98. So, this is gonna be the No, sorry, I'm confusing that for Arknights. The Whales Log for Genshin Impact, month of February. I know this is a week in, but I had a lot of things going on the first week. And by the time I actually got around to having time to make this video, or record this video, I was like, well, Xiao's about to come out, so I might as well delay it a little bit more so I can include Xiao into it. So, let's get started. Take a look at everyone I've got so far. I'll tell you what's changed on my account or not. So, I've started working on level 90 characters. They aren't as bad as I thought. It's just very expensive, but in terms of the resin count, or the resin expenditure and whatnot, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. The gems, as it turns out, the gems are not such a big issue after all, because level 90 characters, I don't know about the 4 stars, but at least for the 5 stars, getting to level 90 is actually, like, the gems, like, oh, you need like 6 of the very top tier gems, right, whatever they're called, the gold gems. At first I was like, oh, maybe I need to worry about them a little bit, and it turns out no, you don't, because you need to farm the elite bosses, or the not weeklies, elite bosses, that's the correct term. So much, because each of these characters needs like what, 20 of whatever the material is that their corresponding elite boss drops. So like that means you have to run that shit at least 10 times, and because of that, from those 10 runs, if not more, like you get so many gem drops that it's like you can just combine them at the crafting table and you'll be fine. So it's part of the reason why, if I can show you this, it's part of the reason why MiHoYo doesn't sell these exotic share bundles anymore, because nobody needs them. Because the effort you need to put into getting characters level 90, you don't need this shit anymore. So I bought these thinking that, you know, oh yeah, maybe I'll use them for like level 90 stuff. No, turns out I don't. So waste of money, live and you learn, I guess. I'm a whale, so everything's a waste of money technically. So that's I don't mind that too much. At least I have the knowledge now. But yeah, speaking of level 90 characters, I have 2 of them now. Mona and Ganyu, my 2 favorite characters in the game. Not too surprising. I mean, they're probably 2 favorite characters for many people in the game, but I am one of them. So yeah, that should be about it. I haven't changed her artifacts. Yeah. Have I talked about Mona's artifacts since last time? I think you guys have seen this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have. Ganyu is new. So let's talk about her a little bit. Ganyu is definitely new, because I believe she came out for the month of January, which means that she shouldn't have been in the last one, or my last Whales Log video. This is her stat spread. This is what she looks like. This is one of my better stat spreads. Kind of wish she had a little bit more crit damage on that, but that is fine. I'll take a 65% crit rate either way. She has a R1 ammo spell. I just wanted R1. I didn't feel a need to roll for more. It is also level 90, so she's getting a thick 50% attack buff from that. A very high base attack. Yeah, base attack stat from it too. So she's doing a lot of damage. I'm sure there are other people's Ganyus who are way stronger than this, but for what she's at right now, I'm definitely quite happy. Artifacts: 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Blizzard. Initially, when I went to using Ganyu, I was like, oh, I'll just use her as mainly as a support. Like, I knew that she was really strong charge shot build, which is honestly the way you should play her. And then the more I used her, I was like, well, shit, she's really fucking busted. Because if you're gonna use Ganyu at all, like, it doesn't matter how good she is as a support, she's better at freaking charge shot build, or charge shotting. So, yeah. Eventually, I will look into getting a 4-piece Wanderer set for her, because I believe that's what she wants for what is it, for a charge shot build. So yeah, she's just my personal opinion is that Ganyu is the most broken character in the game, for the simple fact that she can literally do both support and damage at once, at the same time, almost. So yeah. I think right now her artifact set is decent with 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Cryo, but this is more of a very dedicated support build, in my opinion. Ideally, anybody who wants to use Ganyu seriously, you should go for 4-piece Wanderers for the extra charge shot damage and blah 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 whatever. Maybe throw in some sort of give her a support as well, who can help her create constant elemental reactions and whatnot. But yeah, let's see, just to give you a quick rundown of her actual artifact stats. There you go. So that's her circlet, or headpiece, cup, timepiece, feather, and flower. There you go. Wait, hold on. Didn't mean to exit all the way. Constellation, I did go for C4. Yeah. Because C4 is her ideal support, quote-unquote, thing, I believe. Yeah, because this is Celestial Sours, her ult. So yeah. Maybe next time when Ganyu has another rerun at some point, who knows when that'll be, I'll go for the last two constellations for her to finish her out, so she can truly be the DPS Ganyu that she's meant to be. Talents, 8, 8, 11. I'm strongly considering giving her, getting one of these skills to level 9 talent. Of course, I don't know which one that'll be, but I guess we'll see. I'll have to decide. Hopefully nobody else needs this Shadow of the Warrior stuff. Or maybe I can get some more. But yeah, ideally I would like to get all of her talents to level 10. Or for her ult, level 13. Because she's just that good. Speaking of talents, actually, I want to also level up Mona's talents, because she is my favorite character in the game. Only problem is I'm kind of gated by these things. So whenever as soon as I get these, like I actually already have all the tier 3 resistance books for her. That I would need to get all of her skills to level 10. I believe that's what she needs. Maybe it's a little overkill. I'm gonna have to see. I'm sure other people need these resistance books, so I'm not too worried about that. In case I did end up over farming that by a little bit. But no, I think she needs all the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't do my math wrong. I'm pretty sure she literally needs 100 freaking resistance books where she's at, or where her talent's at. So yeah, just waiting on these things, and I'll get all of her talents to max level whenever I get the chance. But yeah, Ganyu, Mona, both want to get their talents to max. Just again, same deal. Waiting for the weekly match to drop. Why do I keep exiting out of the character page? Mr. Zhongli! He's a new addition. He's finally built now. These are his stats. They're okay. When I rolled his stats on his artifacts, I rolled really shitty. For example, I can show you his cup. Yeah, this cup kind of rolled. Like I think you can tell just by looking at it. Where was it? Oh yeah, this one, defense plus 21%. Ugh. Yeah, his artifacts didn't roll too well, unfortunately. And as I'm sure most of you are aware, if you guys have tried farming for archaic pieces are kind of hard to come by, at least, and especially good ones too. Like this is the best crit rate archaic piece I was able to give him. So, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's not that it really matters too much, because now he's buffed now. So I'm sure Mr. Zhongli is enjoying his buff a lot. But that is the stat spread. I'll show you his artifact stats individually in just a minute here. But Favonius Lance, because I want to use him more as a support, I think that's how he's best used anyway. I know he's got other weapon options, but I don't have those other weapon options. Because it was only recently that I got Primordial Jade Wing Spear, and I don't really have, my selection of spears isn't that great. Like, I got a bunch of Favonius Lances and Dragon Spine Spears, but, and I got a level 80 Crescent Pike just sitting around here waiting for someone to use it, but, yeah. Not a lot of great selections of spears to choose. I mean, just overall in the game, I don't think there's a lot of spears to choose from to begin with, but... yeah, for what it's worth, Mr. Zhongli has a level 80 Favonius Lance just to help his energy recharge out even more. It all adds up though, because what's his energy recharge again? Total 157%. So yeah, like with Favonius Lance, he just recharges like a motherfucker. Like I drop a meteor with him, and then like 2 seconds later he's got his ult back. So yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind if he's able to pull something like that off. Artifacts, again, we'll go through them real quick, starting with this cup. So just flip through these real quick, just to give you an idea of what his stats look like. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay, I think you guys can see it. Constellation, just C1. Just C1. I just wanted to see one level for his ability to set, what is it, 2 pillars down at once? Yeah. So having 2 pillars down at once is actually pretty useful. Because it's a little bit of CC. It's not exactly CC, but I like to think of it as such. Because I believe it's every time the pillars pulse, or send out an energy pulse, it staggers enemies. I think that's what it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly. Because I've just started using him regularly, so I have yet to learn all about what he does as a character. So if the pulse things do stagger, then it is technically CC, I guess. But it's just nice to be able to have 2 pillars up at the same time. His skills, or his talents rather. His level 1, or his auto attack and plunge attack, it's talent level 6. Even though I use him as a support, I got his first talent to level 6 anyway. I want to get all characters in the game to at least talent level 6, because at the very least, starting from talent level 7 onwards, they need the weekly items, right? The ones that the weekly bosses drop, and those are, you know, depending on what they drop, it's really hard to come. They're really hard to come by. But before then, they don't. So I might as well get all characters in the game, all talents to level 6. It's gonna be pretty pricey, but hey, we can always farm for books and more and shit like that. So to me, not a big deal, because I'm a whale and I can fucking splurge on resin. I did get his talents to his skill and his ult to level 8 each. This I already did, because I believe the whatever weekly material he needs. Let's see, I think I can check that. Yeah, I had a lot of these tusks. Like I had 10 tusks just lying around. I was like, oh well, no one's using them, so I might as well just throw them over to Mr. Zhongli over here. Especially because, you know, we all heard about the buff that he was gonna get, and now he has it. So shit, man, I don't mind. Yeah, those are his talents. Moving on to other characters. We've already shown you Jean. Jean's talents are also at 688 for the same reason, because I use her more as a support. Mr. Albedo, he's also a new addition. So this is a stat spread, 64%, about 150% crit damage. Not too shabby, I don't think. So one of my better stat spreads. He's got the Harbinger of Dawn. I believe this is one of his 2 picks, either this one or Festering Desire, I believe. But I decided to go with this because I want to use him more as a support, naturally. And he's been doing a lot of good work. I like it a lot. Let's see, artifacts. Show you this: 2-piece noblesse, 2-piece archaic, standard support style stuff. Let's see. Let's start with his cup. There's his there's his cup. Got a little bit confused there because I selected another one on my artifact list. So there, feather, flower, and headpiece. And back to this. In Constellation, only C0. I wasn't really interested in rolling Albedo at first, and I heard how good he was, and I was like, oh, maybe I should have got more Constellation on him. I don't really mind. He's perfectly usable at C0, though. He and Ganyu are the 2 reasons why I was finally able to full clear Abyss, as in like 9-star floor 12 and all that. So it's thanks to those 2, and if Albedo could do it without being higher Constellation level, then I'm pretty happy. Though if he does get a rerun, if and when he does get a rerun, I'll consider going for extra Constellations on him, because apparently they're pretty good. And talents, 688, again as usual. What do you need for materials? Yeah, tusks. So as you can see, yeah, I've got 4 tusks remaining, and I had like 10 lying around. So you can see where I put some of my tusks there too. Mr. Xiao, he's our newest addition. So there's not really much of a point showing you his stat spread because he does not have artifacts. I mean, he does, but they're not, as you can see, they're not leveled at all. Again, exiting out. Oh, it must be reset. Exiting out the character thing. But I will discuss my plans with Mr. Xiao at the very least. He does have Primordial Jade Wing Spear, because I believe this is his weapon, maybe. Maybe he performs better with other weapons, I don't know. But I did get it for him specifically because his banner currently has that up. There's Xiao, and there's the primordial weapon set right up. So yeah, I got both him and the winged spear to level 80, and so that way he's got his weapon and he himself is leveled. It's just that right now, to really make him usable, I want to work on his artifacts. I want to go 2-piece Veer, 2-piece Glad on him. The issue is I don't have a lot of good Glad pieces anymore. So right now you can see I don't have a second 2-piece, and because I don't have another good gladiator piece to either go to fill my cup or his flower slot, I just given these two. These are just meant to be stat artifacts. Yep. Because I believe this flower is. I think this is the best flower they've got. Maybe I could go and look for other ones that are as good. Maybe this one is not bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go through my list and see what artifacts I have that could be good stat artifacts. Either that, or I'm hoping that I get a good gladiator flower, because the gladiator flowers that I have right now, they're not the most ideal. As you can tell, like EM apparently is not that good on Xiao. You're really looking for crits and energy recharge. So yeah, kind of hoping I can pick up a good flower somewhere with at least 3 good substats. I don't know how long that's gonna take. It's probably gonna take me a little bit, but I guess we'll wait and see. So yeah, ideally I replace this noblesse flower with a gladiator flower so I can truly run 2-piece Veer, 2-piece Glad. But if I can't do that, then I'll just say fuck a second piece and just run 2-piece Veer and 3 stat stick artifacts on Mr. Xiao. Constellation, again, just C1. I believe his C1 for my purposes is because apparently his C2, 3, 4, and 5 are not that they're not that like poggers or anything. His C6 is like amazing, but again, C6. So I guess I'll just go for C1 then. His talents, again, all at level 6. What material does he take? Oh yeah, Shadow of the Warrior. I believe he shares that with Ganyu, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, his talents will stay at level 6 for the time being, unless I get like more of these shadows, I guess. Shadows of the Warrior materials. But that's Mr. Xiao, or at least that's my Xiao. Traveler. I've actually been leveling up the Traveler. Because she was always level 80. I got her to level 80 like a long time ago. But I want to actually start using her seriously, quote unquote seriously. So yeah, I've been getting her talents ready. The annoying part about the Traveler, or the main character, Lumen, as I like to call it, because the female Traveler's name is Lumen. The annoying thing about Lumen is that her talents change material requirements depending on what element she's got. So if she's wind element, then she needs the talent books you get from Mondstadt, freedom. What were the other two? Resistance and ballad. So yeah, and not only she needs not only that, but like they alternate every other level, and so that way she needs all 3. So it's really annoying getting her talents leveled, but she's got to deal with it, I guess. And if you switch her off to Geo element, then yeah, same thing. She needs the Liyue talent books, diligence. What are the other 2? Prosperity and gold. Yeah, she needs all 3, and they also rotate, or they also alternate every other level. So kind of annoying leveling, getting her talents leveled, but I believe they're all at least level 6. So that's nice, I guess. Geo Lumen is still my favorite. I think Geo Lumen is still a little bit better than Anemo Lumen, at least for the way that I play her. Yeah, I'm sure both elements of main character are really good. It's just I prefer Geo just a little bit more because I know how to put her skill and her ult to better use, as opposed to Anemo Traveler. But yeah, I do plan on actually building her somewhat seriously, but of course, as you can see, she doesn't really have any artifacts right now, so that'll be a long time coming. That'll be a while before she sees that. I mean, I don't really need to go over her constellations. Like, you just get her C6 as you progress through the story. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to give her an actual complete artifact set after I'm done with like Xiao and Hu Tao later on this month. Qiqi, I haven't really made much progress. I really want to give her a dedicated artifact set because her talents are all ready to go. Like, she herself is ready to be used. Level 80, level 60 sack sword. I may consider giving her like Favonius sword, maybe? I guess, well, sack sword still has a really high freaking base energy recharge substat, or yeah, main stat, so shit, man, I guess she's fine with just sack sword. But yeah, maybe I'll get the sack sword to like level 70 or level 80, and then I'll be able to use her seriously. Her constellation is still C0, no surprise there. And I'm gonna have to go over her artifact set again, see if these are any artifacts that I can replace. I think these are artifacts that I think she can use, and I can level them. Go ahead and start leveling them, but I'm gonna have to again take another look at it and see if I should do that. But yeah. Again, I don't know when I'll be able to use Qiqi, but hopefully I'll be able to get started on an artifact set sooner rather than later. Keqing. So Keqing is interesting. I tried. So right now, I want to give Keqing a new artifact set because I've decided to go full Electro build. So I want to give her eventually. I want to eventually transition to having her use two-piece. What is it? Thundering Fury. And a two-piece, what was it? Two-piece Noblesse, two-piece Thundering, something like that. I think that's the standard or the traditional artifact set for her. As you can see, she has no set bonus because her pieces are kind of all over the place right now. Just because of me just trying to move things around and try to experiment. But yeah, if you watched the last Whales off for Genshin on my channel for last month, and you take a look at the stats there, I actually tried giving her better artifacts, except in doing so, the new artifacts that I gave her ended up rolling really badly in its subsets, so her overall stat spread actually went down. So I literally nerfed my own Keqing, trying to get her new artifacts, so it feels bad, man. I think overall it was still better because I think she got a lot more energy recharge out of it, but just she lost a little bit of crit rate and she lost a decent chunk of crit damage, so it was not ideal. One day I'll go back and seriously farm for Thundering Fury pieces and Noblesse pieces again. Hopefully give her a better artifact set. But yeah, I will worry about that later. Our Black Sword, I do plan to get Black Sword all the way up to R5. Afterwards, I'll probably get the Catalyst Battle Pass weapon because I could use the Catalyst with crit rate main stat, but that's for another time. I am dedicated to the R5 Black Sword memes for Mrs. Keqing. Then again, though, I did roll 2 copies while I was going for Primordial Wing Jade Spear. I did roll 2 copies of Primordial Jade Cutter, and apparently this sword is a really good stat stick. I mean, you can just tell looking at its freaking base crit rate. I compare the 40% to the 25.1% that Black Sword's got. So I'm actually wondering, like I'm in the middle. I have a little bit of a Keqing conundrum where it's like, well, should I have her stick with Black Sword or do I just want to give her Primordial Jade Cutter just for the higher base crit rate? For now, I'm still sticking with Black Sword because of the its ability that increases her normal and charge attacks by 30%. Because we all know Keqing's damage is all about charge attacking, so Black Sword caters to that, obviously. But I just kind of can't help but wonder if Primordial Jade Cutter might not be just a better overall stat stick. Just because Primordial Jade Cutter is such a good stat stick, since I got 2 copies of it, I don't want to refine the one that I have leveled right away, just in case I get another one-hander character later on who would appreciate having their own copy of Primordial Jade Cutter. So I'm just going to keep the second copy handy and try to remember to keep it in case a situation like that ever happens, or a situation like that ever arises. So that is that. I did roll another copy of Keqing. I did get spooked by her. And this is before she gets her solo rate up, whenever that'll be this month. So yeah, she is now currently C2. When she gets her solo rate up, whenever that'll be, I am considering getting her to like maybe C4, maybe just C3, depending on how good or bad my luck is. So yeah, that's certainly something that's on the table for me. Yeah. What does she need? Oh god, I forgot. Yeah, Mona and Keqing both need freaking Rings of Boreas. So it sucks that when I really want to level Keqing, she's like, oh no, I take the same things that Mona takes. It's like, well, shit, bro. All right, over to Child, or Pop-Tart, or Tartaglia, whatever you want to call him. So yeah, his stat spread is really bad. Only 45% crit rate and barely over 100% crit damage. Just like Zhongli, Mr. Zhongli, his artifacts did not roll well at all. Yeah, this is a nightmare of a fucking artifact that I rolled on. Like, he got it had potential a double crit, and literally it rolled everything into defense and HP. So fuck this artifact. Fuck it with a 10-foot pole. I'm gonna if the moment I get a better hydro damage cup, I'm fucking feeding this shit right away. The issue is that yeah, this is if I can't get rid of his timepiece like easily, because I need to look for another hydro damage bonus noblesse cup. Either that, I'm gonna have to find a replacement artifact somewhere in another. I'll have to find a replacement artifact for this, and I don't know if I want to get rid of this, because this is one hell of a freaking crit rate circlet, because all 4 of its substats are actually pretty decent, and it rolled decently well in substats. Actually went, I think it rolled like 2 or 3 times in the attack percent, and then at least once into crit damage and once into ER. So this is a pretty solid. This is actually one of my best artifacts now that I think about it. And yeah, I don't know if my Pop-Tart can afford losing this unless I get like a crit rate artifact that's just as good as it, right? That's part of another set. Then and only then will I be able to replace this cup. In the meantime, though, that means it's back to the freaking Noblesse dungeon for me, and who knows how long it's going to take for me to roll another Noblesse hydro damage percent cup. Ugh. But anyways. Yeah, I've been using Child or Pop-Tart recently. As you can see, his friendship level is at level 4. Again, I wish his stat spread were a little bit better, but man, he does so much damage even without a very good crit damage or crit rate to crit damage ratio that it almost doesn't even matter. Almost, it's just that, well, if he did have a really good stat spread or crit stats, then he'd be doing even more. But that's another story. His rust is now R5, level 80. Thanks to Xiao's weapon banner, which also had rust on rate up. I was able to get quite a few copies of rust, so I'm very happy with that. So now his normal attacks do fuck all. They actually do amazing damage. Yeah, we're very happy with R5 rust. Definitely. In my opinion, his go-to weapon, but I'm sure there might be another weapon or two in contention for best in slot for him. But yeah, very happy with Rust, attack percent, and R5, the R5 ability. Artifacts, let me just show you the abysmal subsets on these freaking things, or at least on his cup. So go through these real quick. Again, 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Hydro, the usual. So Feather, Flower, yeah. The Feather is great. Yeah, the Feather is really good. If one of these changed like crit rate, then that'd be amazing. But yeah, this Feather rolled pretty well. I think it rolled twice or 2 or 3 times into crit damage, which I really needed. And then the Feather, I think this rolled like at least once into defense, which sucks, but oh well. And the crit rate circlet. Yeah. So honestly, if his Noblesse pieces are like his weak link, yeah. So I suppose it's going to be back to the Noblesse dungeon for me at some point. But, yeah. Those are his artifacts. Constellations, he's C4. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys this before. Talents, all base level 6. I wonder what he takes. Shard Foul LLC. You know, I do have some of these things. I could start giving him some talent upgrades, because I think he's one of the only ones who really uses Shards of Foul Legacies. So what is his thing here? Freedom. Okay, he needs freedom books. Okay, then maybe I'll consider leveling his talents next. Definitely level his auto attacks and then his skill. Actually, now that I think about it, doesn't leveling one skill between these two like basically buff the other? Now that I think about it, I don't know how that interaction works, just because of Pop-Tarts is his, how do I say? Because he's a stance character, and maybe I'll level his ult last or something. But yeah. So I guess I'll have to consider giving him some talent upgrades, but I'll come later. Qiqi, nothing else. I don't think I've really touched Qiqi's kit at all. Yeah, she's the same as ever. She should be the same as before. Mr. Diluc. I did revise his artifacts a little bit. I think last time he only had a purple cup, and now I found a pretty good replacement for it, thankfully. And yeah, unfortunately, it rolled freaking 2 or 3 times in the defense percent, and that really fucking triggers me. At least it rolled once into ER and once into crit damage, but still, this shit triggers me off the face of the planet. Because if all these defense rolls went to like crit rate or something, then he'd actually have over 50% crit rate. So yeah, that's kind of triggering. Not gonna lie. But yeah. Let's see. I think I got him a quote better crit damage helm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is different from the last one he got. And at the very least, this one also had crit rate, so this one probably rolled like twice. Yeah, it seems like twice into crit rate, so it's not so bad. It only rolled once at defense, which could have been worse. Could have rolled like 2 or 3 times like the other artifacts. But yeah, he is working with that at least. I believe his flower. I forget if I replaced his flower. I may have replaced his flower with something. Oh yeah, that's right. His feather rolled freaking 2 or 3 times the HP. This is also very triggering. I think twice. Yeah, twice, and crit rate rolled once, and then crit damage rolled once as well. Yeah, month of January for me was not very kind to me in terms of rolls. Yeah, his timepiece is also not that great either, because everything went to flat attack and fucking motherfucking defense, not into his crit and EM. So yeah, ideally I would like to get him some better pieces for his flower and feather, if I can even do that. But yeah, I'll take what I can get. I mean, it's freaking Diluc. He doesn't really need the most godlike artifacts to beat godlike himself, if that makes any sense. He's still using a level 80 prototype archaic. It used to be called prototype something. It went by a different name before it got changed to prototype archaic, which I don't know why they changed the name, but whatever. It's not really that big of a deal. Constellation, I believe he's still C1. I haven't rolled a spook Diluc yet. Diluc, however I say his freaking name. Talents level 8. I think you guys have seen that. I got Ningguang's skills finally to level 6. They were like 580 for the longest time until I went to his talent page and like, wait a minute, why are they all still base level 8? So I got it to level 6 instead. She does need these Spirit Locket of Boreas, and I'm waiting off on giving her these materials because I believe somebody else also wants them too. I would not be opposed to giving her the weekly mats because she's just such a strong unit at C6. Oh my god. So I am considering giving Ningguang some of the weekly mats. So I'll see if I do that or not. Other than that, I believe I've already shown you guys everything else about her from last month. Fish, same deal. Albedo, Lisa. I think I've shown you guys Lisa, yeah. Zhongli. I do want to work on her artifacts. I'd probably go for 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Lava Walker again. But as you can see, her artifacts are still under construction. Oops, like that. Yeah. Let's see, where was I? Downa, she's max friendship. Oh, I should probably go over my max friendships. Now that I think about it, but Downa hasn't been changed from last time I showed her to you guys. Yeah, I think that's it for like the characters that I've been really invested into. Everyone else is still waiting to be leveled up and whatnot. Let's see, friendship levels. Mona's friendship 10. I just started using Ganyu, so her friendship level isn't that high. Same with Mr. Zhongli. Jean's friendship level 10. Albedo is still level 1. Obviously, Xiao still level 1. Venti recently hit friendship level 10, so that's good. That's cool. Obviously, Lumen doesn't have a friendship level because you're technically playing as her. Qiqi's still at level 1. Keqing is level 10. Mr. Pop-Tart is, since I'm starting to use him now, he's at level 4. Miss Klee is at 10. Diluc is at 10. Ningguang is getting there. She should hit max friendship pretty soon, within like a week or so. Fish level 10. Beta level 10. Lisa is getting there. She's at level 8. Xiangling level 1. Diona level 10. Barbara only level 2. Bennett level 5 because now I've been stuck. Now ever since I got Diona to friendship level 10, now I've started using Bennett to replace her. Yes, thanks, Benny. Kaya still level 1. Amber level 2. Noel 1. Sucrose, yeah, these are all the forces that I don't have leveled yet. So not really much to see there. Yeah. So those are the characters that I've gotten. Alright, weapon sets. So my weapon, slowly but surely, my weapon inventory is expanding. Slowly but surely. You should be able to see some additions to the lineup. Ammo Spo. I still remember the days when I literally only had 2 5-star weapons. Now we've got 9. Oh how turntables. Or did I say that right? Probably not. So, ammo spell for Ganyu. I got spooked by Skyward Harp, which is great. Funny, because I meant to get this when I got Lost Prayer, because I believe these 2 weapons were on raid up together back when Klee was on raid up. Was it Klee? I forget. But yeah, finally I managed to get my hands on Skyward Harp, so I got very lucky. Now I got to level 80. I don't know who I'm gonna use it on. Probably somebody like Fish or something, but I guess we'll see. I think Fish is really the only DPS archer that I have who would even really use this. So it's either that, or it's either she uses Stringless for a full support build, or whatever this is, if she wants to go a dedicated, if I want to build her as a dedicated DPS. So, dash cool. But yeah, I've got Skyward Harp now. And so my Fish can use that whenever she wants, if she feels like going on a DPS role rather than a support. Memory of Dust, Lost Prayer, Skyward Atlas, Primordial Jade Wing Spear, and 2 copies of Primordial Jade Cutter, 1 leveled, 1 not, and Aquila Favonia. So, dash cool. For 4-star weapons, my Mona, I think I didn't tell you guys this. Maybe you guys already kind of noticed on your own. But my Mona does have a level 90 Witsith. I really like Mona with Witsith. She performs very well with it, in my opinion. Level 80 Compound Bow. I guess I don't really have a need for Compound Bow anymore, because especially now that I have Skyward Harp. It was funny using Fish with Compound Bow, because the Compound Bow's ability basically increases attack speed, and it's very rare for things to actually buff your attack speed, because normally it's the opposite way. You get your attack speed gets debuffed by Cryo or something, and that's really annoying. But there's only a couple things in the game that actually increases your attack speed. When normally it's like, oh, it increases your attack or whatever. So very interesting, and I'm very glad it's this is a free-to-play bow, because you can just craft it with a prototype bow, whatever. As I mentioned before, Mr. Pop-Tart's Rust is R5. I believe you guys already know about these. Let me check if I got any copies of Stringless. Okay, I know I got at least 1 copy of Stringless, but I must have already added it. So, yeah. Hopefully, Stringless gets like a raid up at some point, so I get to shove more copies of Stringless into the one that Fish has for even higher elemental skill and elemental burst damage. Because I use her mainly as a turret support. Mr. Zhongli has Favonius Lance, again the Crescent Pike that I meant to give Xiangling. I may give it to her still, or maybe hopefully there's we get another DPS spear user at some point. Maybe Hutao, I don't know. Prototype Archaic, because I still don't have Wolf's Gravestone for Mr. Diluc. Great Sword, Favonius Great Sword, Black Sword, Sack Sword, Sack Bow, Favonius Sword on Bennett, Rain Slasher, which used to be my go-to weapon for my Claymore users, but obviously since then I haven't used it ever since I got some other better weapons. But yeah, Festering Desire. I know Festering Desire is supposed to be a really good weapon. It's still stuck at level 40 for the time being, though. Maybe one of these days I'll get it to level 80, though. And I have 5 extra copies of Rust just in case someone else wants Rust. So I can actually just insta-max refine a second copy of Rust and just give it to someone if they really need it. So, yeah. Let's see. I believe if I'm not mistaken, Sucrose wants Sacrificial Fragments because it has Elemental Mastery as its base stat. So yeah, maybe I'll get around to leveling this up at some point. But anyways, why did I exit out again? So those are my weapons, artifacts, materials, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think. Yeah. So, Hotel is coming up next, I think, this month. Either this month or next month. I'll have to see. Well, I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, I will update you guys with another Whales log for Genshin Impact next month, if and when she does come out. Well, you guys are gonna get one for next month anyway. It's just hopefully Hotel comes out over the course of this month, so we get to talk about her in the next video that I make about this. So yeah, thanks for watching. I do have a big video project planned for Genshin Impact. Some of the people, for those of you guys who are familiar with my channel, you guys may guess. Maybe you guys can guess what that is. It's not that hard. You can guess it pretty easily. But I do plan on getting started on that. However, it's going to take me a long time because I've got other projects that I need to work on first. So I don't know when I'll be able to start working on this quote-unquote big video project for Genshin Impact that I just talked about. But hopefully sooner rather than later. Anyways, I've wasted another 40 minutes of your time talking about random shit about characters in 2E games. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next month. Bye.